Guys, check out my awesome purity ring. It means I won't have sex until marriage. And I think we can all agree that abstinence is the best form of birth control, which means we can also agree that not having sex isn't dangerous. But how about actively deciding not to have sex? Well, that's definitely not dangerous because you're definitely not doing something you wouldn't not do. Did anyone else forget how to speak when they put on their purity ring? Here's 5 ways abstinence-only education can be incredibly dangerous. 1. Abstinence-only education is sexual miseducation. These teachers promote not having sex as safe sex, which is like saying not eating chocolate means you're eating healthy, which we all know you're not. I mean, if you're not having sex, then you're not doing it safely because you're not doing it at all. These same educators also downplay the effectiveness of birth control. Did you know that condoms are only 80% effective and 80% is 4 out of 5, right? So if you have sex 5 times, you'll 100% get knocked up. Not really how that works, Teach. 2. You're taught BS sexual loopholes to remain pure. Just because you're a teenager who's chosen abstinence doesn't mean you're not chock full of sexy feelings. If you're a hormone-packed person, it's literally the natural thing to do to act on those instincts. So, how are we taught to keep our purity intact? Mr. Oral and Mrs. Anal. The worst sounding couple in history. For some reason, teens are taught that popping their cherry is equivalent to stepping on a crack and breaking mama's back. So instead, they give blowjobs or have butt sex to stay pure. Real talk. Losing your vagina virginity doesn't make you any less pure, nor does it make you a bad person. 3. Strict abstinence can increase your chances of STDs or pregnancy. Studies have shown that people who break their strict abstinence pledge tend to go straight into binging on sex opportunities, whether having copious amounts of sex or copious amounts of sex partners. Either way, that means a higher chance of getting STDs or getting pregnant. It's sort of like my friend who wasn't allowed sugary snacks growing up, so she suddenly ate cereal for every meal during college. Becky, you can't cook Cocoa Puffs for dinner! Basically, if you don't pressure yourself into a strict abstinence pledge, then you won't feel like you need to make up for all the lost time you were a virgin. If you ignore the lies that sex is scary and gross, and instead realize that it can be fun and healthy, you'll be more comfortable learning the details when it comes to the act itself and using protection. 4. An abstinence-only life is impossible unless you're hardcore religious. I completely understand and respect the choice to abstain from sex for religious reasons. But let's get real. Are you truly mega religious, or are you a church-going teen with good morals? I mean, remember when all those Disney Channel celebs like Selena Gomez and the Jonas Brothers had purity rings? Well, they don't anymore because they've all had sex, none of them are married yet, and none of them regret it. So regardless of your religion, don't feel like you're going to hell for enjoying the perfectly natural orgasms the Lord hath provided. They may just leave you screaming, hallelujah! 5. You might internalize some slut-shaming nonsense. Abstinence-only education has a tendency to smother women's sexuality with the idea that it's purity or promiscuity and nothing in between. What? You had sex with someone you're not married to? You must be a slut and dirty and a person who punches puppies in the face! Whoa, Sasha! That kind of hatred in either direction, whether internal or from peers, can lead to depression, anxiety, and isolation. Not to mention, you'll forever have an unhealthy attitude towards sex, which is not cool for teens that have a lifetime of pleasure before them. Do what you want and be happy with your decision. I know you're not a puppy puncher, more like a kitty kisser. I'm lost for analogies here. In conclusion, it can feel great to get a penis inside your vagina. I'm not telling you to immediately take your pants off and lose your virginity to your next available classmate, but acting as if a piece of jewelry or a written down pledge makes you a better person than those who don't isn't necessarily healthy either. It's not the end of the world to have sex. Just be smart and safe about it. What do you think about abstinence-only education, besides the fact that it's insanely difficult to say? Tweet me or Instagram me at Cheyenne Grogan, or let's chat about it in the comments below. If you're warming up to the idea of sex, click the video on your left to learn 7 things before losing your virginity. And if you're already well on your way to becoming a sex pro, click the video on your right to learn 7 facts about your G-spot. I'm Cheyenne, and you're on Gurl.com.